Hei alle sammen. Da skal jeg spille noen lydsnutter for dere. Det tar nok en sånn 5, 6, 7 minutter til sammen. For dette her er Kerry, som snitcher, han tyster på Obama. Eller det er litt feil å si det. Jo, han gjør det på en måte, men han har i hvert fall blitt tatt. Og dette er en lekkasje fra samtaler de har hatt, visst nok med noe FN-greier eller et eller annet. Men han har i hvert fall blitt tatt opp, og nå har vi det rett ut ifra munnen til John Kerry selv, at Obama-administrasjonen ga våpen til terrorister. De er skyldige i høyforræderi, spør du meg, landsforræderi, og de burde blitt buret. Det kommer ikke til å skje, for de har for mye makt, men la meg ta dere med inn, og skal dere få høre her. Nå lar jeg det bare gå, så kan dere høre.
So, the Russians were willing to offer 3 days, and we said that's not enough. That's a game. You know, you got to be serious here. The deal we made in Geneva said 7 days consecutive of calm before we would talk about focusing on Daesh and Nusra.
فالروسيين حكوا انه رح يعطوا 3 ايام، بس احنا حكينا هاي يعني لعبه، انتم ما عم بتكونوا جديين. احنا الصفقه اللي اتفقنا عليها بجنيف بتحكي 7 ايام، وبعديها بيبدا التعاون ضد النصره وداعش.
So that's really where we had a lot of discussion. Many ministers felt that Russia needed to provide this guarantee.
فصار في كثير نقاش، وكثير من الوزراء شعروا إنه روسيا لازم تعطي هاي الضمانات.
Some talked about increased monitoring, that we need to get monitoring in, which we all agreed, but we're not sure who can do the monitoring and how they'll be safe.
ففي البعض اقترحوا إنه لازم يكون في مراقبة أكثر، رقابة أكثر، ولكن إحنا ما نعرف مين الجهة اللي ممكن تقوم بهذه الرقابة وقديش راح تكون آمنة.
And that's really what happened in the meeting. The Russians are sending the idea back to Moscow, and we'll learn tomorrow whether it's yes or no or some variation.
الروسيين راح نقلوا هذه الأخبار لموسكو، بكرة راح نعرف إذا أو لا.
That's where we are.
هذا هو النقطة اللي إحنا فيها حاليا.
Temmelig avslørende, men det blir enda bedre enn det, skjønner du. Skal vi se her. Da tar vi neste tidbit med innrømmelser.
The armed groups in Syria get a lot of support, not just from the United States, but from other partners.
Boom!
Qatar, Turkey,
Saudi Arabia,
a huge amount of weapons coming in, huge amount of money.
But pumping weapons in causes someone else to pump more weapons in, and you end up with a level.
I mean, the reason Russia came in is because ISIL was getting stronger. Daesh was threatening the possibility of going to Damascus and so forth. And that's why Russia came in, because they didn't want a Daesh government. And they supported Assad. And we know that this was growing. We were watching. We saw that Daesh was growing in strength, and we thought Assad was threatened. We thought, however, we could probably manage, that Assad might then negotiate. Instead of negotiating, you got Assad. Now you got Putin to support him. So it's truly complicated. I mean, you know how complicated it is. You live in it. But for us politically, where we have a Congress that will not authorize our use of force, Congress will not pass that. And so we're trying to help the best way we can. But we finally decided the best thing we can do is try to find a way to have a political solution where the opposition is part of the government. And you can have an election and let the people of Syria decide. Who do they want? You don't believe in an election?
Let's go and elect Hitler then. Yeah, I don't. I think that there is accountability to that person. He killed a million.
Well, why can't you have accountability at the ballot box?
And what?
Why can't you have an election run by the international community?
Which we don't trust or
Yeah.
say then.
Well, you gotta start somewhere.
Okay,
If
so
the international community sets up an election under the strictest standards of elections, and people in all the camps and all the diaspora are allowed to vote, which was the agreement. So in Jordan they can vote, in Turkey they can vote, in Lebanon they can vote, in America they can vote, in London they can vote. Everybody who's registered as a refugee anywhere in the world can vote. Are they going to vote for Assad? Assad's scared of this happening. Very scared of this happening. We know this. We know this from intelligence and we know it from the Russians. So, you know, democracy has some virtues, folks. Join to
The majority of your guests are arriving.
I'm coming.
Foreign ministers.
So anyway, I don't dismiss that automatically. Think about how it could work.
but the problem is when we want international law, we use it on the table. When it is related to accountability to dictatorship that killed 1 million, then international law is not important anymore. Torture doesn't go by election. Genocide doesn't go by election. Thank God activists around the world push forward that international law, put those as a big no. So if we wanted to stick to the international law, we keep sticking to the international law. But when it's on the best interest of the major powers, we will say, the international law won't allow us to intervene. But when it's the base case, let's go to election and elect Bashar al-Assad. Anyway, he's not going to actually approve that. So we are discussing a scenario that's not going to happen.
And my belief is the Russians are supporting this agreement. It means that they are going to manipulate these elections and re-elect Bashar al-Assad. And they have the ability, they have the resources, they are controlled over half of the country, over half of the population with iron. So they have all possible,
How would you know what about the Syrians who are still inside Syria and the areas under control of the regime itself? They don't have free choice.
They will go by power to elect him.
We lived that. We know that Syrians under control of the Mukhabara, the security intelligence of the Ba'ath party, they would not dare, regardless if they are observers from all the world, they do not dare to go to the elections and say no.
They give me the papers of my mother incidents and gave me to sign it that they didn't kill her.
Yeah,
They
okay.
give me
And
to sign
how
it.
many people is that? That's a few million people, correct?
It's
How many
still
people are
almost
displaced?
40%.
And how many people are displaced? 12 million?
How many of those who are displaced have
people-
families still inside Syria and they are afraid of? We can debate that. We are debating, should we go and...
So you think the only solution is for somebody to come in and get rid of Assad?
Yes.
That's the only solution.
Yes.
Who's that going to be? Who's going to do that?
3 years ago, I would say you, but right now I don't know.
Well, look, it's a hard choice. I'm sorry. It's, you know, we've lost thousands of young Americans in a lot of countries. And it's pretty difficult right now to get Americans to say, we're going to send Americans to invade another country and have a war with Sunni and Shia and extremists and everybody. I mean, you know, it's more complicated than you think.
Nobody requests an invasion.
Ok, der har dere, altså her har dere hele greiene, folkens, ut av John Kerrys munn direkte. Dette her forteller oss jo flere ting. Som jeg har sagt i freaking lang tid nå, altså. Og da snakker vi vel bort i et par år, så det disse folka her som har drivet, og Hillary blandet inn i det også, Obama blandet inn i det, og det hører jo han innrømmer, altså ikke av Hillary, men administrasjon, Obama. De var klar over, og vi vet at de har fått etterretning fra etterretningstjenesten, om at de visste at et salafist-regime var det de ønsket å få inn. Så jeg la ut den posten fra Wikileaks, fra den Wikileaks leita i flere dager her, og fant fram den når at det var Hillary som hadde kommet opp med denne planen om å gi disse moderate hodekapperne, vet du, våpen. Så, til alle dere raringer der ute, som lo av meg, og som håna meg, og alt det der greiene der, nå kan dere sitte på deres egen snabel og tenke 2-3 år, og så virkelig føle på hvor rare dere er. Snålinger. Ok, jeg måtte bare dytte den inn der, folkens, for det... Ja. Søt seier, men det er ganske bittert for det, da, fordi det er mennesker som freaking dauer, ikke sant? Og disse folka her, de har ikke respekt for noe. De har ikke respekt for menneskeliv, de har ikke respekt for en dritt. Det eneste de har respekt for, er sin egen politiske makt. Og de skulle gått og skammet seg i et hjørne, stått der resten av sitt freaking liv. Ok, folkens. Jeg ville bare melde opp denne her, sånn at vi får spredd med denne kunnskapen om disse charlatanene. Så mye som mulig! Så det er bare å dele, folkens. Det er ikke noe vits å spørre meg om del, altså. Alt jeg legger ut, del! Hvis dere føler for det. Ok. Stå på, folkens. Som Moses blir beordret her, vet du, til å si til Joshua, ikke sant? Vær sterk og ved godt mot. Frykt ikke. Ei heller frykt dem. For Herren din Gud er med deg. Han vil ikke feile deg eller forlate deg. Nei, jeg vet det. Ok, folkens. Gå i fred. Ha en god lørdag. Så prates vi neste gang.